Hello, my friends. My name is Dadcraft73, and welcome back to another episode from the Truly Bedrock Let's Play server. Oh, man, I hope you're having a good day. I hope you're taking care of yourself and you're doing all right. That is for sure and for certain. Oh, man, we have such a big day today. We are going to build a flower farm because, listen, the other day on my live stream, we tried to get dyes. Right, we have to talk about how flowers work in this crazy Bedrock edition. Let me knock all these flowers out of here, and I'll give you a tutorial. Prepare yourself for the best tutorial in the history of the world. Okay, so we've been getting dyes already. We have lots of pink. We have lots of magenta. We have lots of red. We have lots of yellow. This is more red. Oh, this is more red here. This is, oh, hello, learn how to open boxes. This is yellow. And this is orange, right? So we've got tons of different colors. And then back there was black. But there is a way that we can, I mean, obviously, we all know, if we've played Minecraft since they introduced these two high flowers, that we can bone meal them and get a copy, right? So we could go like this, and we get a copy. And then we can take that copy, and we can turn that copy into 2 dye, right? So 1 bone meal gives us 2 dye. Now, on the Bedrock version of the game, we can fortune these flowers. So let's see, we currently have 5 in our inventory. We can fortune these 2 that are planted, right? Womp womp. And we pick up all the pieces. Now you'll see that we got 7 more. Plus, so we got really, 5 more other than the 2 that were already here. So for 1 bone meal, you could get 2 pieces of dye. And if you're fortunate, you get a couple more pieces, right? The downside of the whole fortune strategy, though, is this. You still have to take an extra step, which is plant them, right? You got to plant the flowers, and then you got to fortune them, whatever, and then you rake in more. So, I mean, it's effective, for sure, but it just takes a long time. Now, here's the other thing you can do on the Bedrock version of the game, is if you have a flower, just kind of kick it around, just like laying somewhere. Hello, can I go down here? Yes. We'll plant this flower here on the grass. We can bone meal that flower, even though it's a tiny one, and we'll get copies, right? So we bone mealed that thing, and we got 1, 2, 3. So with 1 bone meal, we actually got 3 more pieces of dye, not counting the first one, okay? But if you take that same flower and you stick it in a hole like this and you bone meal it like this, look how many we get. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Like 12 flowers plus a yellow one. So with 1 bone meal, we got 12 pieces of dye. So that's huge. And there's no extra like replanting. You have to just break the flowers and you're good to go. So what that means is this is the solution that we want to use to get our dyes. Instead of making copies of 2 high flowers, replanting them, fortuning them, repeating that over and over, right? We just want to be able to create some sort of automated system where we put flowers in a hole, automatically bone meal them, and then harvest the goods. And then put all that stuff into a chest and then convert it to dye, and we're good to go. Okay? Now, we also know that there are however many different kinds of flowers. There's peonies, there's roses, there's sunflowers, and there's lilacs. And each one of those give us a different color dye. So we get pink, red, yellow, and magenta from those 2 high flowers. Okay, so what that means is we already have 1 high flowers that we can put in our farm that give us yellow and red. That's easy. We also have pink. There's a pink tulip right over there. I don't know if there's a magenta flower, so that might only be sort of like the odd man out. But I think what we can do is we can combine other colors. Is it like red and pink together? I think, to get magenta. Oh, don't do that. Let's eat something. So we can create other flowers that we can farm to give us magenta if we want to, right? So we can still get everything that we need out of those 1 high flowers. And that's our plan today. So that's how we're going to handle today's episode. We're building a super cool automated flower farm. I'm basing my design for my flower farm on a farm made by a gentleman named Navy Nexus. I'm going to put a link to his tutorial in the description box down below. You know how we do around here, that even if we just get inspiration from somebody, we're going to certainly give them credit. We're not going to try to do any of this stuff. We're not pretending like we're some like redstone geniuses. But we did make a little bit of a modification to it, which I think improves its performance just a little bit. And I think it's going to be awesome. So I need to go and get the area prepared. I'm going to take you down there and show you what I've got so far, but then I've got to do some more prep work. I got to do some digging. I'm going to work on that here in a minute, but let me go down here and show you. My plan is to put, oh, it was over here. Sorry, I was like running over there. I keep wanting to go over there. I had this original plan that I was going to put it in my villager trading hall, so my brain wants me to keep running over there, but instead I'm going to put it back here in this little like extra storage room that we had, and then I'm going to bury all like the inner workings of it, or at least some of the inner workings of it. That way the actual flower farm part is essentially going to be at foot level, so we can just walk in here and do what we need to do. It's going to be amazing. So I need to get stuff dug out here. I need to gather up some resources, which I will take care of momentarily, and then we're going to build hopefully as much of this flower farm as we can, sort of in real time, almost like a tutorial. So then if you want to build it yourself on your Bedrock world, you'll be able to do that, and it'll be awesome. You won't have to, like, you know, go look up another thing to build it. We'll just build it together here on this episode. So let me get all my prep work done. I'll be back with you in just a second. Alrighty, my friends, we are back. So my original plan was to build this sort of like along with you, but I've actually been trying to make that happen over the course of the last hour or so, and I don't know, I keep falling into stuff, and I keep falling down in holes. It's a nightmare. It's making me super grumpy. So I just went ahead and built it off camera, and then I figured that we would come back together, and we'd go over and take a look at it, and we'd sort of walk through what we've got going on over here in this farm. I think we have something that's going to work. I've got to build my... I think hopefully I have some repeaters over here. I think I have some, but I'm not sure. Let's go check real quick. So there's the flower farm. It's almost done. I do have some repeaters. Okay, sweet. All right, so let's talk about what we've got going on here in this flower farm. And also, while we're here, let's just cover this up with a little bit of that. Okay? All right, so underneath the farm, we have on each side, so these are essentially duplicated on either side. On this side, the near side, we've got a track that goes down, makes a turn, and comes back, and then so the minecart's just going to follow this path right here. And then on this side over here, it's just a down and back, right? And then straight back, no turn. So that's what happens on that side, and then the other side is an exact duplicate, except for the down and back is on the inside here, and then this is the with the curve in it, right? So the idea is when we bone meal flowers, and I just had it running a minute ago to verify that it worked, and it did, sorta. There's like a weird thing happening. We'll have to figure out what the deal is there, but regardless. So what happens is when we bone meal flowers, there's a lot more flowers that show up on this inner side. You can kind of see there's like lots of flowers on the inner side, and then on the outer two sides there's fewer flowers. So that's why our minecart track is doubled on the outside and just single on the inside. So we're going to send one minecart down here, one down there. The one on the outside will pick out the outer two rows. Does that make sense? I think so. And then up here on top, we have a 3x6 sort of pad of grass, and there are pistons on either side of it with a gap in between, so it can kind of push, the pistons can push this grass back and forth, and that's what breaks the flowers. That's happening on both sides. And then in the center, a block lower than the grass pad, is where our flower that we're actually going to bone meal sits. Okay? Just like we did earlier when we were bone mealing stuff in a hole, this is going to mimic that same mechanic. Then we've got a dispenser right there. We've got an observer on top of that. We just have a simple observer clock like this. And then coming out of the back of the dispenser there is a comparator into a block with a redstone torch. And then there's a block on top of that with another redstone torch, which powers this sticky piston. So as soon as I put something into the dispenser, the piston will extend, and then the clock will start, and it'll start bone mealing that flour, right? And then as soon as it runs out, the piston will retract, and it'll stop the clock. That way we don't have to have a lever or anything like that. I mean, we could, for sure, and that would certainly work. And based on what is happening that I just saw a minute ago, we may have to end up doing that anyway. So there we go. That's our flower farm. We could get rid of this torch. We do have this gap right here, and it's on purpose because I want to be able to put this there so I can not only reach in and switch out the flour if I want to, I can also add more bone meal into the dispenser, and then we can just close that. Now, this farm is not lossless, right? Because there will be some flowers that'll fall down in there, in that one lower block area that will not get picked up, and there'll be some flowers that may show up and end up laying on top of that comparator there. And we won't be able to pick those up. But we are going to be getting so many flowers. We're going to be raking it in. That is for sure. Okay, so next up, we got to build some minecart unloaders. Now, there's like a patented, I don't know if patented is the right word. There's a minecart unloader that we always use. I used to play Java, and it was sort of the standard for minecart unloading, but it doesn't work in Bedrock, I guess because of some timing issues. I guess this can come out of here. These guys, let's put that there and go like that. Okay, so I think it's related to some timing, but there's a way to fix it, and we're going to use a honey block to fix it. So let's build this sort of standard deal. Do I have any hoppers? No, let's go grab some hoppers. I love the fact that with a honey block, this little loader will work. So a lot of people say that you can't use this loader anymore, but man, it works like a dream on this farm. So let's go get it put in here real quick. So we got to put some chests down, first of all. Do I have regular rails? Maybe not in my inventory, but I should have some. Oh, I do have regular rails. I don't have any powered rails. Okay, we're going to have to... Let's go back across the way, and my inventory is a mess. We got to get some gold. Earlier this evening, and I should have been recording my episode, but instead of doing that, I was in the Nether farming up some. Yeah, that'll be better. Farming up some blackstone to refill the diamond trees. The diamond tree's completely loaded back up at the moment. Okay, so we need the goodies box right here. Let's put that bad boy down. Let's get a bunch of gold out of there. Probably that's plenty. Let's bring this along. Let's convert this while we're going. And then we just need to get, what, some sticks? Redstone. We don't have any redstone. Back and forth. I need to have a supply of redstone out here probably. I mean, we have so much. I mean, or maybe we don't need to do that. Oh, you know what I can do? This is what I was doing earlier. Let's move this out of the way, get this down here, and I can just lay down. And we'll get redstone the old-fashioned way by breaking it out of a block. Okay, so there we go here, and now we can make some powered rails like that. Bang. Okay, that's plenty. That's way more than we need, but that's okay. We're going to need this, like so. Let's put this over here, and let's get ourselves one of these. Okay. Super simple unloader. I love it. I was messing around with it in my creative test world the other day, and it was working like a dream. Okay, so let's go like so, and then we're going to put in, see where do we want these chests. There's going to be a block there, a block there, a block there. That's going to be the hopper. I think we want the chests on this side. So if we put a double chest here, we'll put a double chest here in this gap, we'll put a double chest here in this gap, and then one in this gap, okay? And then we'll take hoppers and run into the side of those double chests, like so. And I know we could probably, like, face these together and reduce the number of chests. I mean, we would still need we'd have just 2 chests then, but I'm okay with it being in this way. All right, and then let's figure out how we're going to make these unloaders. So let's take this block out. We're going to have to actually replace that. Do I have any of that wool? Yeah. Nope. Okay, let's make that a deal, and then we'll do the same thing over here. Okay, these chests are going to have to move. Nope, that's not even right. Okay, it's here. Do I not have any more? Yeah, I have one more piece. Okay, good. And then you go there. Okay. All right, so what we're going to do, right, is we're going to have a comparator coming out of the hopper in all cases here. We'll do all of these at one time. Oh, man, I need another piece of wool now. All right, let's see if we have any. Why not? Let's run back and forth. Where is wool at here? Is that considered a mob drop, maybe? Yeah, I guess maybe we got away with calling it that. All right, let's get this done. Let's eat something. Oh, man, I'm so thirsty today. I had to mow the grass tonight. We're supposed to get, I don't know where you live. I live on the east coast of the United States, so tomorrow we're supposed to get rain and a big temperature swing. So this is going to go like so, and then a comparator. So I had to mow the grass because I might not be able to do it. Okay, so it's going to be like that, right? And then we're going to run that into a solid block. like so. The comparator signal is going to go into a solid block. Yes. And then we need to have, I mean, it's not ideal, is it? We're going to have to dig this out a little bit more and make this room a little bit bigger whenever we're all done here. Okay, so now we need, what do we need here? This is going to be like that. I'm trying to remember this crazy circuit. This is going to be a block. Solid block is going to be here. Oh, no. Okay, hold on. Let's go ahead and extend those. Now you know why I haven't been recording on camera. This very reason. Oh, it's not right either. Sometimes it's better just to build the thing. So we got to get rid of this one, this one, this one, this one. Okay, and then this is going to be honey. There, and there. Honey block, okay? All right, so now hopper into the comparator. That's right. This goes like this. Right? Yes. Okay. Now, let's see. How do we want to make this work? We want a redstone torch on the back of all of these. Here, let's get a little bit more wool. All right, so these guys are going to have a redstone torch on the back of them, like so. Yep, that's right. And we'll cover up that in just a second, so we don't have to. Actually, we don't even need to worry about the lava. Okay, and then there's going to be a block on top of those, like this. We're super tight in here, but that's okay. And then we're going to have a repeater that runs into this block. So this is sort of like the standard, like it's certainly like the standard setup for like a Java minecart unloader. But if you don't have a honey block right here, it doesn't work. It's just the way it is. Okay, so now we're going to have to put a powered rail here, 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 and here. Okay, and then just a regular rail like this, here, 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 and here. So what'll happen? We also have to get a. We're gonna have to get some levers and power this guy, power that last rail. Okay, let's go do that quick. Alrighty, my friends, we are back. Okay, so we've got all the pieces parts that we need. I think I want to put in here just so we don't keep falling into that hole. And I think we'll maybe end up clearing this out over here. And maybe we'll put a little bit of glass in here as well. Let's actually put a piece of red concrete right there. And we'll put a little bit of red glass there. Just so we don't keep falling into these different holes as we run back and forth. Is that right? Yeah. Yeah, okay, so we have an extra spot on this side because of our chest. So this thing I think is ready to go. Now the key, again, to these loaders that we've got is this honey block. So if we put our deal on here, he will leave right away, but when he comes back, he'll get stuck just for a second in the honey, and that's enough time to turn off that hopper if we need it to. It's great. They just barely get stuck. See? Yeah, I love it. All right, let's put the rest of these guys in here. We'll get them running. So we'll go like that. That guy can run. And we'll do this guy. Okay. I don't know why you're not leaving. Okay, you're leaving now. Do you have how did you have stuff in you? So that's working like a dream, right? Is we loading stuff in there? No, it's just that little pause that happens when it crosses over the honey block, which I think is kind of cool for sure. Okay, so the unloaders will work just the way that we want them to. We can climb up here. We obviously need to make this a little bit taller just so we can get around in here a little bit better. But I think we're ready to give this thing a test. Alrighty, my friends, we are back. Okay, so I don't know what it is about this build, but it is fighting me tooth and nail to try to get this video completed. I've had nothing but bad luck with this thing. I keep falling inside there. I just lost a minecart a minute ago. I just literally walked across the way. I lost a minecart, which makes me crazy. And I don't know what's going on. I don't know. This loader, which has been working perfectly non-stop, all of a sudden decided to like suck up a minecart inside the honey block. Oh man, whatever. But I think we're finally ready for a test. So here's the deal. All those chests are empty. We're going to go down here, and I'm going to put a stack of bone meal into this thing. We're going to let it run. It's going to be perfectly fine. We're going to let it run back and forth, and then we're going to see how many flowers that we get from one stack of bone meal. Now, I've been flying all around the world. Let's go ahead and put that in there. We'll chit-chat while it's running. You can see it working, shifting back and forth, breaking the flowers, making more. I know it's super loud. I'll turn it down. But I was running all around the world looking for an allium plant, and I haven't been able to get one because that'll give me magenta. And then I think I can replicate with that allium plant all the other different types of flowers that are out there. Okay, you can see that all of these guys should be loading right now, and hopefully they will release in a second after they're empty. That one released. That's good. Yes. So the guys, that, okay, yeah, they're releasing. Okay, so it seems to be working. These loaders might be a little fiddly. We might have to deal with it. That guy needs to release and go pick up some more. Come on, do your thing, guy. Yeah. All right, so we should be in pretty good shape. Now, every once in a while, we do have this happen where it just so happens that we end up with a little bit of bone or a little bit of flowers there. I'm not too worried about that. We'll just pick those up in the next round whenever we put some more bone meal in there. So that was one stack of bone meal. Let's see if all of these guys are done. I think they're probably done unloading. When that guy leaves, I think we will be done. Yep, there we go. Okay, so let's see how many stacks of flowers. Let's fix our inventory a little bit so we can actually count them. So there's stack and a half in that chest. There's almost 2 stacks in this chest. That was an inside row. Let's see. 21 in this guy, not very many. And then in this one, we have that. So we ended up from one piece of bone, or from 64 bone meal and 1 flour, we ended up getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, almost 5.5 stacks. I think that, I mean, if we hadn't lost those, we probably would have had 5.5 or close to it. So I'm pretty happy with those rates. I mean, that's much better. That's so much better than doing the 2 high flowers. All I have to do is find allium, and I can replicate the drops from all of those. For example, if we run out here real quick, and let's see if we can't find, let's look and see what our flower collection is and see if we have something else that we can use, and we'll run it again and see if we can't rake in some more flowers. Let's see. So we have let's see, Oxide Daisy. I think Oxide Daisy gives us light gray, right? Yeah, light gray dye. Okay, let's grab out of here a stack of bone meal. Let's do 2 stacks of bone meal, and we'll just rake them in that way. It's kind of fun to do it, but this I think is a lot better because we can swap different flowers. We can get all the 1 high flowers that we need, and then we're going to be able to make stacks on stacks of dye. Please don't fall into that hole. That makes me a little crazy. I can't believe we only had 21 flowers over here. It is what it is. All right, let's go up here. We'll open this guy. We're going to break this flower. We kind of lose it. We can't get it back, but that's okay. And then we're going to put 1, 2 stacks of bone meal. We'll close this thing up. I mean, it's working like a dream. I mean, it's doing exactly what we want it to. And you see it's burning through that bone meal. We still have a little ways to go. We're going to be raking it in on these flowers. And I think it may depend. I think it might, the amount of flowers we end up getting from each run might be different. I don't know. It's just kind of the luck of the draw. Let's see how we're doing bone meal wise. Oh yeah, we're almost done our 2 stacks. All of our minecarts are busy loading except for that one. Yeah, he's loading now. Okay, so these guys, it looks like all of these broke. Okay, so we need 1 more pass with all of our minecarts. And then that one should have picked up all the stuff on the inside layer. That outside one is going to get a bunch. Yeah, that guy ran over there. Now we guys have to wait for this guy to run. Yeah, these are all picked up here. Now those are all picked up there. Okay, so all of our minecarts are now unloading. Let's just take a look in this chest real quick. Yeah, we've got a stack going on there. There's almost 2 stacks in there. We're raking it in, that's for sure. We should let those run until they're completely done. Then we'll see how many stacks we ended up with. I bet it's probably close to 10 stacks of flowers, somewhere like that. With a little bit of bone meal and us just standing around, I'm completely down. 100% down with that. I'm happy with this. I think this could be better. I feel like at some point in the future we may tear it down. It depends. I mean, the good thing about it is once we get all the dye that we need, we get a shulker box of every color, plus all that terracotta that we've got. Once we get all that taken care of, then we'll just be able to, we'll just be sort of be in maintenance mode. Like if someone buys all the, you know, the red dye, we'll just have to go make a batch of red and we should be good to go. Okay, I think these are probably all loaded up now. Let's just take a look real quick. Let's see. Let's put these guys in here. And we'll start fresh. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. That one was already in there. We'll just leave him there. So there's that. Okay. And then we'll close that. We'll come over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there. I'm going to put something down there. So there's almost 8 stacks out of the first 2 chests. Let's see. Let's get out of here. There's a stack there. And this guy, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we ended up with, with 2 stacks of bone meal and this single flour in there, we ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and a half. That's not bad. I mean, I'll take that all day. All day. So, like, an entire thing full of bone meal is going to give us probably a double chest. So if we put 9 stacks of bone meal, which is a stack of bone blocks, which we have tons, right? 3 stacks of bones. If we put all of that in there, we'd probably get close to a double chest worth of flowers, and then we'd just be raking it in. I love it. Anyway, we're going to call this episode here. Man, this has been a rough one to record. I appreciate you so much watching and enjoying my content. Thank you so much for all of your support lately on not only my YouTube channel, but also my live streams and everything else that we've got going on. Man, we're getting lots of new people in our Discord channel, some new patrons. Oh, man, I'll tell you what. There's a lot of things that you could say about the Truly Bedrock community, but I'll tell you what, man, it's some of the best folks you're ever going to find in the history of the world. So thank you all for that. Until next time, please remember to be cool. Don't be a fool. And from my Truly Bedrock Let's Play series, oh man, I'm a flower farming fool. I guess we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.